guys, Holy Warrior here with an episode of Why Am I Playing This? Yes, it has been a long time since done an episode of this. It's because I've been so busy at game time, and with E3 having rolled through recently, wanted to do the press conference on it, or do the commentary on the press conference for it. And there's been so much other stuff going on that I haven't really had time to do one, and I decided it was well overdue, so here we go. This time I'm doing a PC game called Knights of Pen and Paper. It is not your standard RPG. It is an RPG, and it's done in the style, almost in the style of a turn-based RPG. The only difference is that you play a character who is playing a character in a pen and paper RPG. I know, it sounds a little confusing, right? Well, let's get into the game here. Let's see, start a new game. Alright, choose chairs to add at least 2 players. Alright, so you select a chair. And then, alright, right here you actually get to, you don't get to name your character, but you do get to create a character. You get to choose from a whole list of different characters, like you can even have E.T. But you get to choose from a whole list of characters. Now just know this is the first time I played it on PC, but it is exactly the same on the PC as it is on mobile phones, and that I also have this on my phone, on my Android phone. So I have actually played this before, so I will go with basically the same setup that I had in there. I picked the jock and I had him as a paladin, because it just seems to me like a jock that's a bully would make a great paladin. So and then here's all the abilities that they can get as you move along. But yeah, you choose your character, and then you choose which character they are playing in this pen and paper RPG. So we will add. Yes. What is this nerdy game all about? That's something else that's unique to this game, is the fact that they will make these funny comments as they're playing, just like you would if you're playing a pen and paper RPG. Alright, so we get to make another character. Let's see, I had the rocker, who is strong, and I also kept him as a warrior. Alright, so this is the Dungeon Master, of course. That's pretty easy to tell. And you are sort of basically the Dungeon Master, as well as all the people that are playing the pen and paper RPG, because you get to choose how difficult the fights are going to be. Most of the time. There are times when you're fighting a boss and you don't get to choose, you know, how powerful the boss is, but when you're fighting groups of enemies, you can make it easier or more difficult on yourself by selecting how many enemies. Alright, let's get a quest going here. Alright, so is everyone ready? All character sheets are set up? Yes, let's rock on. Rock on, come on. Is your character from the future? Yeah, that's right. Extra experience points will be awarded to those who are role-playing, okay? Before we start, you should know you can set the difficulty of this game by increasing or decreasing the amount of monsters you fight. So the adventure begins now. As you wake up, you can hear cold whispering of the wind. You can't remember anything that happened before. All you know is you're a group of friends locked up in a tower prison for no reason at all, and everyone's calling you assassins. While searching for a way out, you notice that the prison bars have been broken by some kind of magic. Alright, I won't read anymore. If you want to read this stuff, you can buy the and play it yourself. But yeah, this game, I mean, it's hilarious the way the characters interact with one another. Alright, now here's where you get into the actual turn-based RPG like combat. So I will battle. Now I got a choice. Here's where you get the choice. See, you can fight one guard, and I guess, yeah, okay. There, you can fight one guard, or you can fight two. You actually make it up to 4 if you want to, but that makes it extremely hard. And you can get rid of enemies by clicking on them. Now at a level 1, you know, it's probably better to not fight 2 guards. So I will remove one. Alright, and down here is, again, just like your standard turn, but I don't know what that is. I guess that, oh, chicken, okay, that's flee, okay. I never flee from a battle. Alright, but you got your attack, you got your abilities, you got your potions, and then of course you've got your defensive, you know, block ability. We shall attack. But yeah, as you can tell, just, you know, the combat is exactly like your standard turn-based RPG. Nothing really that different about it. You get your XP for winning, you get gold, which you use gold. See, if I go to add another character, because you can have up to 5 players at the table, but when you click on one, see, you have to pay gold to add another player. And then for each player you add, the amount of gold goes up, because I think the 4th player is 80 gold and the 5th player is like 250. Unless you use the party animal character, he actually costs half gold because he didn't have any special abilities. Alright, so you can sleep if you want to regain health, and you wake yourself up. Alright, I got one more guard to battle, so I will battle him. But it's a very simple, straightforward game. If you like turn-based RPGs, then you know you will like this. Now you won't necessarily like it if you're into pen and paper RPGs, because really the whole pen and paper RPG aspect of it is actually more of a gimmick to make it more interesting, and it is more interesting. It really is. I mean, it makes it fun to play, and the game is actually quite addictive. So okay, so sneaking past the guards. Strange man is taking us to default village. Quest is done. And see, you got your level up and everything, just like in, you know, again, standard turn-based RPG. I get to choose abilities. I will go with Flash Heal first, and then actually I like the Taunt ability. I think it's funny, this is the warrior's almost like an homage to the Dovahkiin from Skyrim, because of the well, taunt, but it looks like a shout, and it even says a powerful scream that raises your threat level to 1. But you regen 2 HP per turn, which, you know, is good in a battle because it keeps him alive. And then once you move on to a new area, you get to, you know, get battled out with standard enemies if you want to. Alright. See, I can use his abilities now. I can heal him if I so desire. His ability's passive, so can't activate it. But the art style of it, you know, I mean, which you can plainly see, you know, is, you know, like old school RPGs. It's really, you know, really nice looking, actually. I mean, it's simple, but it's nice. Alright, see, I got enough gold now. I can add another player. So I'm adding the nerd, and he is going to be a mage. Again, this is the way I have it set up on the mobile version. I would say bazinga. I think you said something about being copyright. That's the one, that my one pet peeve about this game is that Sometimes what the characters say disappears way too fast, so unless you're like a speed reader, you can't read what they say. But I'm pretty sure he said I'd say bazinga, but I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted, or something along those lines. Actually, you could probably read it. All you gotta do is rewind the video and pause it. But yeah, so got my nerdy mage now. And I mean, it's pretty obvious. You're gonna have a nerd. He has to be a mage. Come on. Now you don't have to, choose battle. This is just basically a way to farm XP, and you have quests that you can go on. Which, just for the heck of it, I will slay some rats. Is she cute? Okay. So, it's supposed to kill 5 rats to complete a quest. I shall add another rat. Let's see, it's his turn, so... Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that my mage doesn't have an ability yet because he hasn't leveled up. And as is usual in most RPGs, at least this is the experience I've had, especially with games like Dragon Age Origin and stuff, the mage is actually one of the better characters to have, because his spells just completely decimate enemies. But he's really weak, so if he gets hit, he can die pretty easy. But that's also why I choose the paladin, choose to have a paladin in my party, because he is... It's just raining, you twit. Pardon me for that. I got interrupted. But yeah, the paladin is basically the tank. So, and he also has, let's see, where is it? Yeah, he also has a high threat level, which you can continuously raise. And that basically draws most enemies' attention to him. So he's there to distract from the rest of the party, and the warrior also takes a lot of attention too. So that's why my setup on the mobile game, I have it set up exactly like this. But him and him, they're basically the ones that are there just to grab attention of the enemies. But I also have a rogue, and yeah, he, whichever character you choose. I had a girl as the rogue, but she has the ability to vanish and lose the amount of threat that she would normally have. So the enemies basically ignore her. If I could get the mage leveled up, I'd show him to you real quick before... We'll go 3 this time. But the gameplay is extremely simple. Nothing new has been done. I mean, no major changes from a turn-based RPG. Like I said, it's just they added the gimmick of the pen and paper, tabletop RPG situation. So it's really a brilliant idea, because it adds some uniqueness to the game. As you saw during that last battle, they were mostly focusing on the paladin. Warrior got hit a couple times, but since he regenerates, it didn't really bother. There we go. So, I guess I'll use Fireball first. And like in most other RPGs, the mage has, like the fireball will do, will set an enemy on fire and they'll burn over as turns go by. Ice can stun an enemy, and also lowers magic resistance. And then this allows your spells to do more damage. And then the meteor will hit multiple enemies. But you didn't come here for specifics. You came here just to see how the game is played and why am I playing it. Well, I'll tell you why I'm playing it, actually. Here we go. I am playing it because this game is actually quite awesome, to be truthful. Why can I not cast a spell? Guess I don't have high enough MP. But I was hoping to be able to show you his abilities. He might actually level up again after this. But it's, like I said, if you're into turn-based RPGs and you're looking for a cheap game on Steam, this game definitely is worth a buy. I took a chance on it. I saw that it was currently cheap. I think it's on sale right now. No, actually, no. This was normal price because I bought a few games just recently, so I it's hard to remember which ones were on sale and which ones weren't. But yeah, it's cheap. It's, I think, $9.99 on Steam right now, and like I said, it's really worth the price that you pay for it. I mean, I normally don't really get into indie games, but this one was really, really well done. I really can't say enough about it. So yeah, like I said, if you're into turn-based RPGs, buy it. If you're into pen and paper RPGs, well, I mean, it's got the humorous gimmick of that in it, but still you might like it anyway. So yeah, I highly recommend it. This is Knights of Pen and Paper. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Why Am I Playing This?